What part of genital were you not getting? Do I need the pictures? Do we need to get the PowerPoint out? This is insane. And so even when you feel like you're being extremely clear, you're going to still get the but and are you sure? And that's why it's really important that as parents especially, we're being very clear, as teachers, youth leaders, that we're being extremely clear with our kids about this information. We did bring, I'm not going to do my talk the way I did to kids. Many of you have heard it. You've been here recently. Some of you, I recognize your faces. If you missed Sunday, sorry, you missed it. And we're going to talk about parenting stuff tonight. I do have some material left. We did run out of a bit of stuff. I have no more faith-based versions of Sex Still Has a Price Tag, which is my most current talk directly to kids, done in about an hour and 15. We've broken it into 2 sessions so you can use it at a church setting, because an hour and 15 is a long time, and I realize that. And there is a teacher's guide on the inside, just a little booklet. I just refilmed my curriculum for churches called Love Lessons, Purity is Possible. It's 4 sessions, 4 hours worth of material, and the entire leader's guide is on CD-ROM, and I broke it this way. The physical consequences, so the first session is a lot of the medical information. The emotional consequences, where I get a chance in the second section to deal a little bit more with dating and relationships and standards. And actually, we let these kids, and now understand, we were at the Christian Television Network in Braden or Sarasota, Tampa area, Florida. So we had Christian school kids. And I was actually shocked on camera that they were willing to say some of the things that they said, because I thought, we're going to get all the nice, cute Christian kid questions. But they really did a decent job. I let them Q&A me, and that's on that second session, and you can take it or leave it on there. And then this third session is the spiritual consequences, where I actually just do a talk on James chapter 1, where James describes the sin cycle. That once we conceive, when we attach our desire to anything God has not planned or God has not provided, what we become pregnant with is sin. And when sin is fully grown, it gives birth to death. It's amazing word picture that James is using in the first chapter. And I start the entire talk with a group, I hope you're familiar with them, they're great and awesome, a group called Casting Crowns, a song called The Slow Fade. And the reason I use that is because people don't wake up one day and go, I'm going to ruin my life. That's my plan today. I'm going to wreck my marriage today. No, it's the little tiny compromises we make and we continue to make, and we don't understand what has gone into our lives. And the eventual result of sin hidden here is death every time. And we wanted kids to see the process, to understand the process. The fourth talk on Love Lessons, Purity is Possible is my talk on character. Again, I go back to James 1 where it says, count it all joy when you face trials and temptations, because you know that the testing of your faith develops perseverance, which must have its work in you, that you may be mature. Okay? And how many of your kids believe or think they are mature? I am mature. It's a process. I put 4 empty chairs and I walk them through the process. Natural maturity is a process. Chair number 1 is birth to 2. Right? Infants and toddlers, how do they make choices? What I want, when I want it, right now. Right? They have no idea of consequences. That's why they have parents running around going, no, 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 no. Okay, that's 2. The second chair is elementary, which I love, elementary kids. The 2 questions elementary kids will always ask about any moral choices: will I get caught or will I get a sticker? That's what they want to know. Will I get caught or will I get a sticker? You can get an elementary kid to do anything for a sticker. I just, for graduation, I just bought thousands of them for my daughter. Stickers. There you go. Hopefully we grow up. Junior high is a fun chair. The third chair, I always make junior high. What is everybody else doing? We judge all of our behavior by our peers. That's part of growing up. It's part of the maturity process. The last chair, chair number 4, is what I call full maturity. Some of us never get there, regardless of the age. Some of it are still 2, going, will I, a lot of us are still elementary. Will I get caught? Will my wife know I was looking at this pornography? If not, fine. Or governors of South Carolina, will I get caught? I was just hiking in the Smoky Mountains, really. Or will I get a sticker, right? I mean, we live there. Or we're worried about what everybody else thinks. We never get to... My fourth chair is my Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego chair. The chair that says, you know what? And I love the verse in Daniel 3:16. It's just absolutely amazing. When the king said, you better bow to the idol or we're going to burn you. And everyone else bowed. And I tell you, I'm serious. If I would have been in that culture in Babylon and been a Jewish believer at that point, I would have been doing this. I'm bowing, Jesus, God, Yahweh, I'm bowing, but not my heart. Look at my heart. My heart is not bowing. Just my body. Just my body. Because I don't want to burn. 3 teenage boys. Well, every other Jewish believer bowed. 3 teenage boys stood and said, we're not bowing. So then the king goes, maybe you didn't hear, because we said when the trumpets blow, you need to bow. Maybe you are hard of hearing. Let's try again. Blew the trumpets again. 3 teenage boys didn't bow. Daniel 3:16, when they were brought before the king, is one of the most astounding scriptures coming out of the mouths of teenage boys. They said this, Nebuchadnezzar, we don't need to answer you in this matter. The God we serve is capable of saving us from this fire. I mean, that is amazing faith, is it not? I mean, the teenage boys like, throw us in the furnace, God can save us. It's amazing faith. More amazing faith came after that. But even if he does not, even if God chooses to allow us to burn, we will not bow. How do you get to that fourth chair? You know what? It's a process. And I wanted the students to see the process. What they need to understand is that if they're faithful in the little things, they will be faithful in the big things. But you know what? We all want to think that we won't bow when the furnace comes and we're falling and bowing in the little things. Kind of like exercise, you know, as you can tell, I don't enjoy it at all. And I don't know what time it is at night. This is why the infomercials come on at 3 in the morning, because they have done studies and realized that there is a time in the evening where we will believe anything the television says. Anything. And I keep my TV on at night, which is a bad habit, but I've been in hotels for 17 years, so that's what I do. And one night I was in my hotel, and I don't know why I couldn't sleep, and I am embarrassed to say, honest, that I actually did purchase this product. I believe them. The product was called Exercise in a Bottle. They told me that I did not need to exercise. That if I took this pill, it would be just as if. Same thing. I'm like, pill, I can do that. Running, no. I don't take the pill. They lied. It doesn't work. Here's the deal. You don't get character in a bottle. Character comes through the hard stuff. I tell kids, every time you have to take a cold shower, every time you have to call your parents because there's drinking and alcohol brought up, every time you have to say no when everyone else is saying yes, that is a chance. You should be saying, thank you, God, for this chance to prove what I'm made of. Thank you, God, for this opportunity to test and flex my muscles and prove to you what it is I'm made of. That's the last talk in that session. We did 4 hours worth of material, and really, I think it's a great thing for your churches, your youth groups to use. We have a few of those left, and I think all we have left is the public school version of my other talk. And whatever we don't have, you've got the brochures, and I'll give you a little heads up. My sister will not kill you. If you, instead of ordering online, if you call the 800 number, my dad and my sister run that office in Grand Rapids, Michigan, tell my sister Carla that you were here and we ran out of materials in Richmond, and tell her what you would like to order, and she will send that to you without charging you shipping. If you order online, it's going to automatically charge you the shipping. So if you want to just avoid that, call her, and she'll do that for you, okay?